Hey, how you doing there, grand folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler V series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. It's back! Hooray! It's back! It's back! It's back! It's back! It's back! It's back! But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside the truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. And that's definitely the case today. In fact, this was several diversions to get to this particular item. Because originally I got off of work and I was like, you know what? There's this fresh market that I've been getting ads from on Facebook and shit. You know, talking about, they got Puerto Rican rice and, really good subs. And I was like, let's fucking do it, man. Let's get out there. Let's do this. So I knew where it was and I drove there and then I got there and then it was a different fresh market. And I was like, well, that's fine. I'll just get some from this place. Oh, wait, they don't open for another almost 2 hours. Okay. So then I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to drive in a direction. And then it occurred to me, wait a second. I can go to the Speedway. I can get one of their, if they still had them, I could get one of their Oreo Coke slushies, right? And I could do the thing, the Slurpee. And it was there. And it was in the thing. And I was like, yay, I get to do it. And then I went to go pull the thing down. And it was like, blah, 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 not working properly. So I ended up by their fountain machine, and I found something that made me instantly very happy. What is it? It happens to be boom! But that doesn't a thing. It's Mountain Dew Pitch Black. It's back. And if you know anything about this guy right here, Brandon Wenzel, you might know I'm a big, big fan of Mountain Dew Pitch Black. It's my favorite flavor of Mountain Dew. I'm always sad when it's gone, but then they bring it back and they tease me. So here it is. It is only available in fountain drink format at the moment. I don't know if they're going to do anything else with it. I got it at a Speedway, so I'm guessing Speedways and 7-Eleven, since their own 7-Eleven owns Speedway. But yeah, so let's get a thing for the thing. I'm kind of like, cool. And let's go ahead and please be as delicious as I know you're going to be. Folks, I don't know what created the Earth and space and all that stuff. I don't even guess. I don't care, realistically, because it's beyond anything I could ever comprehend. But I will say this. We as a species created Mountain Dew Pitch Black, and that's at least as good as all the rest of the bullshit. So, one us taking that victory. I like Mountain Dew Pitch Black. That's so good. Now, the funny thing with Pitch Black is not the flavor that it originally started out as. Originally, it was kind of a sour grape flavor. That's what it was marketed as. These days, I think they call it like a dark berry flavor or some shit like that. Like, they gave up on the grape idea. But it still maintains some of the soul of the Pitch Black. I would love it if they would bring back the original recipe. Hashtag bring back original Pitch Black recipe. But until we get to that glorious point in time, I will take this. It's nice, it's fruity, it has a nice bite to it. That's one thing that I really love with a Mountain Dew. And mind you, it depends on the dew flavor. But I like it when it's got a nice bite to it, Makes you appreciate that you're drinking it. Like when you just get Mountain Dews that are just sweet for the sake of sweet, bit my tongue. Those are fine too. Again, I like some of those, but I like something that's got contrasting flavors that, it gets me a little bit more invested. And I do feel like that's the case here. And the main thing that I'm sort of reviewing in this is not Pitch Black, because I already like Pitch Black. I reviewed Pitch Black. I've reviewed Pitch Black Slurpees in the past. It's really, do I like Pitch Black from a fountain drink? And it turns out I do. That hits the way I want it to hit. And like I said, it's not as good as the original, at least as far as my memory's concerned, which, but that is just, fundamentally, it's still a very nice Mountain Dew. You know, even if, again, it's not the exact version that I first fell in love with, I will give them credit in that they still managed to work it into such an extent where you've got this, like, nice dark flavor to it. You know, it's fruity, but it's got a little bit more depth than some of the other ones do. And then, like I said, you've got that nice kind of sharp bite to it. It's not too sharp. I would personally could do for sharper, if I'm being honest. But it's a nice mix of, you know, depth of flavor, nice fruit flavor, and then, again, just having that sharpness to kind of go over there and contrast it. And while there's kind of almost no denying that this would probably be better in like a can or bottled format, because typically, you know, you're getting a more concentrated version of it than in a fountain drink. The fact of the matter is, if I can only get this in a fucking fountain drink, I'm gonna fucking roll with it. And the cool thing is that in order to get this, I was out at a much more distant Speedway. Because again, I specifically wanted to go there for that Slurpee, and their fucking machine was fucked up. But I actually have a Speedway much closer. So hopefully I can get this there, and then I have a more constant supply of the delicious, you know, ichor that I desire. It's just so good. I like it so much. And mind you, I say this, and like right now, they just came out with a citrus blackberry flavor. And I reviewed that, by the way, if you're interested. And I enjoyed that. It was a good drink. You know, I got down with it. But man, this is just, for me, it's just leagues above. Like, it makes me so sad that they won't commit to Pitch Black. You know, they keep saying they're going to, and then they give it a little bit, and then they pull back. And I get it, it's sales, it's all that. Just do it. Just get it in there and just leave it, damn it. I like this a bunch. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. Like, clearly. Like I said, it's not as good as the original formula. And personally, I wish they would just go more back to a, you know, sour grape flavor. But I do still like what they do with it. And, you know, even in this format, even if I can only get it in fountain drink format, I'm going to take it and run with it, folks, because, again, it's a drink, it's one of my favorite drinks, no two ways about it. And certainly my favorite Mountain Dew. And while, yeah, I'm forced to live with increasingly diminished returns from what I originally loved about it, and maybe I am just kind of going over there and taking the scraps that they're willing to give me. The fact of the matter is the scraps are still really good and still my favorite Mountain Dew, so I would absolutely get it again. And I think that if you're like me and you like Pitch Black, I mean, yeah, it's, again, you know, it's a fountain drink version, but it's still Pitch Black. And if you're somebody where you maybe you've never had Pitch Black, because fuck knows, you might not have been around the last time it came out, I would definitely say give it a try. I think it's a great Mountain Dew. I think it has a lot of personality to it. I think it has some of the best flavor that a Mountain Dew can have. And I personally think it's a standout for me. But I'm just this guy. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly Pitch Black-tastic rest of your life. Because, hey, Pitch Black. Oh, by the way, what with this being a Mountain Dew review, this review is going to end up on my Mountain Dew Madness playlist, which is a playlist for just Mountain Dew stuff. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have a personal favorite flavor of Mountain Dew? Maybe one that's been discontinued? Maybe you're fortunate and it's one of the ones that's been continuous. There's certainly been a few that have held out. I mean, there's just, one of the best and worst things about Mountain Dew is, they come out with all these great flavors, but then most of them don't make the cut for very long. So it's always a little bit of a, but then, you get new ones and you're like, yay. So I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. Anyway,